what's going on. Haven't uploaded a video to the old YouTubes in quite a while, but I picked up this bike a little while ago, so I thought I'd shoot a quick video on it, seeing as though it's kind of an uncommon machine. Uh, Not real popular. Not a whole lot of people bought them. You don't see them on the trails or anything all that often. But anyway, this one in particular, kind of an odd story behind it. It's a 2016 guy I bought it from. Bought it as a 2-year-old leftover from the local Arctic Cat dealership in 2018, and he used it like 2 times. It has 225 miles on it. So it's basically like a 10-year-old leftover now at this point. So it's a bit of a different bike, as being though it's a race quad, like a sport quad, 450 fuel injected, but it's got independent rear suspension, automatic CVT transmission, and it's got 4-wheel drive, kind of what they call a crossover ATV or a hybrid ATV. It's funny, if you go back on my channel a while ago, quite a few years ago now, in 2016, the same year as this bike, I bought a brand new Arctic Cat Altera from local Arctic Cat dealership, and they actually had one of these bikes on the floor, and I looked at it too and somewhat considered buying this bike instead of the Altera, but I didn't. I just find it kind of funny that almost a decade later this bike came up, and it was purchased from the same dealer that I bought my Altera from. It's very possible this may have been the bike that was there, albeit they probably had a few of them, I would imagine, so it might not have been this exact one. But anyway, yeah, that's just kind of funny. So anyway, I was going to go over the specs of the bike and all that stuff, but I actually found the original promotional video by Arctic Cat for this actual particular model in this year. So I'll just play you that, and then afterwards we'll take it out for a run and see how it works.
Some people were just born to ride, and if you're one of them, check out the ATV built for pure rideability. The 2016 Arctic Cat XC450 4x4 crossover. Built on a super strong featherweight chassis, the XC450 boasts a fully independent suspension with 5-way preload adjustable shocks. This setup delivers an impressive 10 inches of ground clearance and 7 inches of suspension travel. A rear-mounted sway bar keeps the back end planted during aggressive cornering. So this crossover machine is equally fun on or off the beaten path. Off-trail rideability is enhanced with our electronic on-the-fly 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive switch. The intuitive location on the right-hand control makes going in and out of 4-wheel drive incredibly easy. The XC450 also features a Duramatic automatic transmission and a handy start-in gear feature for extreme ease of use. And the 2016 XC450 even looks fast with sporty styling, aluminum rims, dual tail lights and backup lights, and a 2-inch receiver, all in a bright white finish. The Arctic Cat XC450. So much rideability, you'll never want to stop.
so we're back. Ride went pretty good. I was I was fairly impressed with the machine for what it is. I mean, it would be considered, by ATV snob standards as a cheaper bike. A lot of Arctic Cats are kind of known to be a little bit cheaper, especially since they were bought out by Textron and changed their name years ago and then changed it back and all that stuff. But I had really good luck with the Altera I bought. I used it for about 5 years and didn't have a single issue with it. Drivetrain, engine, and everything in these bikes, and a lot of the other Arctic Cats are made by Kimco, which is an extremely reputable company. So I didn't expect, you know, anything amazing out of it. So I wasn't extremely disappointed. It's kind of hard when you're coming off something like that 850 to to compare to this, but it was fun. This was a fun bike. It's great for crawling in around tight trails and stumps and tree lines and stuff like that because it's nimble and it's light. It's no rocket ship by all means. It definitely doesn't pull your arms out of your sockets or anything like that. But once it does get up to speed, it moves along pretty good. I think at one point there we had it going 85, 90 kilometer an hour, which is fast enough. It just doesn't get there really quick. But overall, handling, ride, it's everything to be expected for, I mean, what would be considered a cheap bike. I think in 2016 in Canadian dollars, this bike retailed for around 12 grand. I didn't pay anything close to that for it, which is why, I'm not terribly disappointed. Possibly coming off other bikes I've ridden over the years, if I'd have paid 12 for this thing back in 2016, I might have maybe been a little bit disappointed with it. But I mean, it's an all around good utility bike. I mean, it's got four-wheel drive. You get into the trail, you get hung up in a little bit of mud or a stump or something like that. You've got that to help you. The independent rear suspension's nice. The automatic's nice. Overall, I mean, for what I paid for it, super impressed. Really, for the retail price when it was new, not that bad of a deal considering how much a lot of new machines go for nowadays. But anyway, just thought anybody that was maybe looking at one of these or didn't know a whole lot about them or whatever the case may be just might want to see this video because there's not a whole lot on YouTube on these bikes. So, yeah.